How to use Slackbot easy tutorial. If you're using Slack for work, school, or managing your clients, then you've probably seen Slack pop up in your DMs. But most people only use it for basic reminders and have no idea how powerful it actually is. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Slackbot in 2026 in the easiest way possible. Whether you're a complete beginner or you've been using Slack for a while, by the end of this tutorial, you will know how to automate reminders, create custom responses, and streamline team communication, along with basically making Slackbot work for you instead of just sitting there. So let's get started step by step. First, let's quickly understand what Slackbot is. Slackbot is the built-in assistant inside Slack. It helps you automate simple tasks, send reminders, answer common questions, and guide your team members. Think of Slackbot as your internal mini assistant that lives inside your workspace, and it can respond automatically when someone types specific words. It can remind you about meetings, and it can even help you onboard new team members by answering questions. The best part is that you don't need any coding skills to do it. This is completely beginner friendly and easy. Now, to start using Slackbot, open up your Slack workspace or just go and open Slack in your web browser. Once you log in to your account, you're going to go over to home. You can either go over to your direct messages or search in the bar like Slackbot, and this is instantly going to open a chat box for you like any other chat window. Now here's something important. Slackbot works in two main ways. First is going to be directly through reminders and commands. Second is going to be through custom automated responses that you can set up in your workspace settings. We're going to cover the both. Now, one of the most useful features is reminders. To create a reminder, simply type in a front flash and you're going to see the option of remind. You can type in any command. It could be as simple as remind me to remind us a meeting. We're going to ask Slackbot to remind us to set a meeting at 9 p.m. sharp. Simply send it in and it is going to read the reminder, and as you can see, it just sent a response back like, I will remind you a meeting at 9 p.m. today. Now Slackbot instantly confirmed the reminder and it just sent us a notification at the exact time. You can also create reminders for channels. You can simply just tag the channel and add in your command, and it is going to remind you exactly that. And it sent us an automated response right back, meaning that the reminder is set. Now this is extremely helpful if you're managing a marketing agency, client projects, or even your own online store like handling weekly promotions. Instead of manually reminding everyone, Slackbot does it automatically. You can also type in remind list, meaning that it is going to show you a list of things, meaning that you're going to see all of the active reminders that were scheduled in Slackbot. From there, you can edit or delete them anytime, and it keeps everything organized and prevents you from forgetting important tasks. Now, if we move on to the next step, which is going to be creating custom auto responses. Now, this is where Slackbot becomes really powerful because you can make it automatically reply when someone types a specific word or a question. This is perfect for onboarding or repeated instructions. To set this up, go to your admin settings. In your workspace setting, click on edit workspace. You're going to see the text for automated message. Now, once you simply click on automated message, this is going to open up the feature for you. You can simply just customize your workspace and you'll see an option to add a new response and just keep following the instructions, and that is it. It's pretty simple because you can just type in words like Wi-Fi password, and in the response field, type the actual Wi-Fi password or instructions. Now, anytime someone is going to ask you for the Wi-Fi password, Slackbot is going to respond automatically. You can also do this for office addresses, HR content info, or just contact informations, client onboarding steps, or even content guidelines. This is a game changer for teams because it reduces repetitive questions and saves you so much time. Now, in 2026, Slack integrates deeply with tools like Google Drive, ClickUp, and other productivity platforms. Slackbot can notify you automatically when something changes. For example, if a task is completed in your project manager tool, then Slack can notify your channel instantly. While this technically involves Slack integrations, Slackbot plays a role in sending automated system messages and alerts. You can go into your apps, and once you click on it, you can click on Manage, Browse Apps. Now this is going to open a bunch of applications that you can connect to your Slack account directly. You can also go ahead and find Google Drive or Google Calendar for Slack. And if you scroll down here when you're searching the applications, you can also install these. Simply click on install and later connect them to your Slack account. Now, this is especially helpful if you manage multiple clients or projects because everything stays centralized inside Slack. Now, Slackbot isn't just for team, it is also amazing for personal organization. You can even DM Slackbot directly and store notes. For example, if you go back to Slackbot, you can type in your content ideas if you are a content creator. Simply go over here. Now, once you type in your messy notes or just tasks, right here we typed in some content ideas as we were taking mental notes. We're simply going to ask Slackbot to remind us to create tasks out of these ideas. And that is it. The reminder is set. Now later, if you want to search for that message instantly, you can also do that. You can also set recurring reminders like remind me to review analytics every Friday at 6 p.m. So instead of using multiple apps, Slackbot keeps things inside one platform. Now let me give you some pro tips to use Slackbot effectively. First, don't overload it with too many similar keywords or triggers. If you create multiple responses that trigger on similar words, Slack might randomly choose one, and just keep your triggers clear and specific. The clearer the prompt is, the better your execution will be. Second, standardize keywords in your team. For example, if you want Slackbot to respond to onboarding, make sure your team knows to type exactly what word. And third is to review your automated responses every few months. Outdated information can cause confusion, and it's best to get it fixed as soon as an issue arises. And finally, use Slackbot to reduce manual communication, not replace real communication, because automation should simplify processes, not make your workspace robotic. Now, a lot of beginners think Slackbot is complicated, but it's actually very simple. The biggest mistake is not exploring the customization section, and another mistake is forgetting to use slash comments like remind. That way, the Slackbot is not going to respond properly. And sometimes teams also create auto responses but don't inform members, so nobody even knows that they exist. So it's best you collaborate with your team and keep everything comfortable in your workspace. Now, take 15 minutes to properly set up Slackbot, and it can save you hours every single week. So that's how you use Slackbot in 2026. From basic reminders to powerful automated responses and productivity hacks. As you can see, you don't need coding skills or any advanced automation knowledge. Everything is built directly inside Slack and takes just a few clicks to set up. If you're managing a team, running an agency, working remotely, or even organizing your own projects, Slackbot can genuinely make your workflow smooth and more efficient. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any of the new videos and guides. And comment below what other tools you want me to break down step by step, or if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.